go live?
I'm pretty sure we're live.
No. Now we are live.
Wait. Oh no, yeah. When I said we're on, I think they heard that.
No, we've been live only for 5 seconds, 6 seconds, right there. I see it. You have to go live from YouTube, not from. You have to send the audio. You have to send the stream to YouTube, and then from YouTube, hit the go live button. So
you know what? Are we live?
We are live. Here we go. Boom.
All right. Come on.
That's the sign.
There it is.
I don't see the video listed in YouTube, though. Am I missing something?
I am. We're very lost. We don't know how this
there
works.
There it is.
If
now it's there. Okay, there.
Are you sure?
Now the chat is working. Now I see it. Paolo's in here.
I see it.
We on, baby. Okay, now it's working. All right.
All right. Oh, we on, baby. Yeah, was good, Nitra M. All right, let's go. Now I feel better. Now I know people could hear us. Guys, it's a little different than Twitch used to be. We're learning as we go along. Mm-hmm. We're figuring it out. Come on.
What's good, everybody?
Cut us some slack, will you?
Welcome to the all-new Prem show. Look at this. It skipped my year. Oh, meaning the chat that you entered. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't show up. Streamlabs is still adjusting.
We're gonna figure out what to do over there in that empty space. Yeah. Right now, it's just the chat.
Test ease with silhouettes.
Test ease.
Okay. Get it? I get it. What Nitra M said. Leet names. Leet. What is
I'm
that?
confused.
I don't know what they're saying in Fortnite. This might be. It feels like the lingo.
Up with Lampard, down with Greg. Already. For those of you who are not American and are watching this, you are going to randomly see a lot of hatred for a gentleman named Greg Berhalter in the chat,
who played at.
It has nothing to do with Everton's transfer window or Arsenal's transfer window.
Played at Crystal Palace, I believe. No.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
Greg Berhalter was in the Prem for a little bit. Is the stress
I thought he was in the Championship back in the day.
Didn't he? Crystal Palace? Hasn't Crystal Palace always been in the Premier League for a long time?
No.
Maybe not. Okay.
Maybe you're right.
Paulo said, a lot more zoomed in. Is the stress data going to fit? It's a good question. Can we make the stress data fit? Oh, my God. just crept in there. Just made it. What?
Yes. Squeeze right in.
Hello, everyone. So I don't know how many people are in here yet, but we will be. Oh, let me update the name on Twitter, letting more people know that we're on. Welcome to the all-new Prem show. We're going to be now on YouTube Live, and we're going to be doing what we normally do. As always, not much has changed. But, things look a little bit different, but it's going to be the same show that you know and love. So any topics, put them in the chat. Anything you would like us to discuss, anything European football, Premier League, anything going on. Maybe there's a lot of, obviously, USMNT, World, it's an international break, so we're going to cover that stuff. So anything else, obviously, this episode is going to be dedicated a lot to transfers because there were a lot for some clubs and zero for some, or very few for others. So we'll cover all of that. Okay. I don't love the. I think I'm gonna have to get like a background or something for the what you call it, for the chat box, because it's a little hard to see at times. No.
You see the last few comments.
Yeah, the one
again. All work in progress. Next week is going to look completely different. We will figure it out. But I just tweeted out that we're live. I'm learning how to do that. Usually I was able to do it with, what's up, man? Sandu? What up, homie? I was able to do it previously with the app. But since we don't use Twitch anymore, I have to use the website to do it. So, riveting.
Very much so. Very much so. Let's get.
This is the content you came to see. It's just a nice casual chat about what's happening.
Let's set the tone, Let's set the tone with a little music to get the show going. Is this showing going? Is this the show going on the podcast? If you want it, what do you? Or I mean, you're getting.
You know what?
You're getting an
Steven,
exclusive.
You tell us.
You know what, Steven? You're the producer of this show now. Thank you
Yeah,
for
buddy.
joining the team.
And I gotta be honest. You're on the hot seat. You're close to getting fired, my G. Where have you been this entire time? We will start recording the podcast soon. Chad is just as hard to see as Arsenal's big signing. Joe, you gotta give us a sec. Can I get a second to breathe on this show?
You better respect Austin Trusty, okay? From the from the Colorado Rapids.
So what? Matt Turner not good enough for you?
Wow! Look at this.
Wow. Major Sanders said, "Set the Everton." Okay.
All right. About to win the league, bro. One of the biggest turnarounds ever in Premier League history.
It's my first day out here. All right, welcome, baby. Thank you for switching, making the switch over to YouTube.
Yeah,
Everton had a better transfer window. How bad are we? Listen, we will talk about it, Bay Area Guna. Broken, I feel broken.
Agreed. Let's lower this font size a little bit.
I'm a sad gooner too, my G. All right. Trusty the process. we got I mean, the kids got, as far as I'm concerned, pun wise, we've won this transfer window.
Y'all are really gonna Turner it around, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Okay. All right. So
R.I.P. Gully Bucks, says D still.
Everybody's just sitting on these Gully Bucks, like, you know, like the crypto market just crashed. It's a shame,
bro. Gully Bucks might be worth a little more than Dogecoin right now, to be completely honest with you. What did Newcastle do? I thought they were gonna buy everyone. They spent 120 million pounds, though. I mean, you know, Chris Wood, not exactly the guy you thought of.
All right. Let me just do. There's a couple little things I have to do on the back end, and we will get started. Manchester said, "Oh, a Barca Yang, a Barca Yang." Love it. What do you think of the new layout? We're trying this, you know, having us be a little bit closer, zoomed in. It makes it, you know, a little peek behind the curtain. It makes it a little bit easier to edit when we make clips and stuff like that, which is why we're doing it this way.
It makes us closer and more intimate with our fans.
Yeah,
dude. Look how much closer we are right now.
Okay, everybody's gonna be like looking at my skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Matt Graham, thank you.
Usually flawless, but whatever happened here has not gone away.
Yeah, I had a little pimple that's like, you know.
Is that what it was? Because at one point, remember, you had a star just appear on your skin out of nowhere.
I did have a strange, like, it looked like you know, when you sleep on a pillow for too long, you know what I mean?
You had like the Drew Brees. He's got that joint over here. You had that out of nowhere.
Man, you know, it adds character. It's just I get to mix it up a little bit, get a new face for the season. Shouts to Matt Graham for hitting the subscribe button. We don't have a follow button. I got to remember to switch that up. Right. If you are watching this and you are not subscribed, hit that button. Let's go. What you waiting for, my team? And hit the like button if you are subscribed. Okay, that helps us out here on YouTube. So hit the like button. Smash the like button. Hit the like button, caress the like button. However you want to like get us going. This is hitting the like button. Get in there and flick that like button. Hitting the like button is our foreplay, okay? It really gets us going. It makes the show better, all right? You'll be rewarded in the end, I promise. Okay. Hey, look, you think it'll take a little longer, but trust me, it juices us up a little bit, you know? Okay. Lay out a little blue reflecting Arsenal fans' mood right now. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. All right, we'll get into all of that. Matthew. Also, what do you think? What do you think of the Polanco? Yeah, dude. And the Christian. I went with the 4 for an A. I think people get it. Is it too confusing, or are people on board? You get the idea, right? This is a wacky British license plate. And this is, this is
Okay.
what
You throwing shade.
No, but that's what they hear the American voices, they're like boo, and then they see the license plates and they're like, I gotta listen to these guys because I think they come from the ends. You know what I mean?
They're speaking my language, mate. I don't know why man went in there. By the way, shouts to Silhouette's Rock, who said throw a chancla at the like button. you gonna break that like button, my G.
Damn, you're gonna get mommy to hit the like button. Incredible.
Yo, did the like button put their feet up on the couch, bro? What the like button do?
I used to get hit when my one of my aunts who passed away. She was like the first one that came to the United States and like brought the rest of my family from Dominican Republic. She like is the one that requested my father to come here. So she had a house in Brooklyn, and she had a like a porcelain, like a it was on like a coffee table, but it was a porcelain like pot, sort of like with a couple legs.
Latino household has a wildly ornate vase type thing.
It was more of a it was a vase, like the material of it, but it was shaped like sort of like a pot that you would cook something in, and it had like 4 legs, and it was just filled with rice, just a bunch of uncooked rice. And for a toddler, there's nothing more entertaining than a bunch of rice, and then a bunch of rice that you're not allowed to touch. And I used to
also, first thought that would have gone through my head is there something in this rice that I could find? Is this some type of adventure?
Right. Yeah, there has to be a mystery in this rice. Why would this rice be here? And I used to dip my hands in the rice and throw the rice. I used to get in trouble all the time. Super Video Bros. Hey, that's Mike Brown and Dylan Stevenson. Shouts to the homies. Yeah, subscribe to their channel. They basically do like a what was the show on MTV or VH1 that they used to talk about music videos, like pop-up video, sort of. Well, whatever.
Pop-up video,
But this is like,
I think that would have been VH1.
VH1, but they actually talk about the videos and they're really funny. They do live shows at Union Hall all the time. They're great. Okay, so so I used to put my hands in the rice. Yeah, throw the rice. I used to get hit with the correa, not a chancla. I used to. So it was a big deal. I hated when I did that. Okay.
You still did it. And shouts to Vinegar Strokes, who said those names are looking like AIM screen names, which is you're aging yourself, my G.
Let's go.
For everyone under the age of like 35, maybe there used to be CDs that would come to your house that gave you 1,000 free hours, and if it wasn't for that, you couldn't use the internet.
Okay. These two said Christian out here giving us a real Van de Beek behind the curtain. You get it?
Come on now.
These two.
Look, we got to get to it.
All reliable. Because reliable. Okay.
There's a varied level of transfer window reaction on this show. One of us had a good and the other one of us had a bad, and we will get to it.
All right. So, we should, all right, should we get the show going?
Yeah. Where is the time, though? Oh, okay, I found it.
Okay. Right. Is there anything we need to put in the Slack, or we're good?
No, let's just talk about the transfers.
Okay. Let me see let me just bring up a couple sites to have on deck, and we'll get going.
I already know who my biggest loser is. Tottenham Hotspur.
They've done it again. 45 years in a row. Okay. Ready to do this?
Yeah, for sure. Let's go.
Do the commands still work? That's something we should check. Do the commands in like if you put exclamation point intro, do they still work? They should.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All that's been turned on.
All right. Exclamation point intro in the chat, everybody. Let's go. All right. Ready to get this going?
Let's go. Wait, hold on. My CPU says CPU overloaded again. I don't know what I did here.
Yeah, you were slowing down a little bit. You were Paulo, Minnesota, asking the question, we going to talk jizz again? I don't know. Look, this show is by the fans, for the fans. Feel free. If that is a topic.
Also sounds like an OnlyFans is what it sounds like.
So that is an important discussion that you think needs to be, rediscussed. Hey, who are we to stop you? All right.
All right, we're ready?
We're ready. Okay.
Put the exclamation point intro. Look, it's working. There we go. Exclamation point intro. Flood the chat with that. Let's hear it in 3, 2.
Ay, papi. Yes.
Let's go.
Vamos.
Come on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Prem Show podcast right here live on YouTube, youtube.com/soccer Cooligans or youtube.com. You know what it is. Welcome to our first Prem Show exclusively here on YouTube live. Thank you for watching, everybody who is here live. Thank you for listening to the podcast. We appreciate it. My name is Christian Polanco.
That's right. I'm your boy, Alexis Guerrero.
Right, we're your favorite stand-up comedians that host the funniest football show right here. Let's go football, all right?
It's football, mate.
It's football, mate. Okay, that's I'm sounding like I'm about to end it with Roll Tide. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Your English does go a little Southern American.
Okay. Why is it that English actors are so good with Southern accents? I feel like those two accents are like related somehow. They're very close to each other in some way.
The foundation, the core of it is the same.
Yeah.
In fact, the original English accent is a lot more like our Appalachian current accent than the current English accent.
All right. Shout out to all you my Appalachians out here in the chat. We appreciate you. Thank you for all you've contributed to society.
Yo, shouts to all my schmappalations, you feel me?
Okay. What?
I heard you caught a cougar about a week ago.
All right. Say, we're on YouTube. We're still just as silly. Crimson Pizza said, this new overlay got me confused. Where am I? That's right. We've switched sides. All right. You don't know who to look. Am I Alexis Guerrero?
I just realized that. Why is Alexis on that side, bro? I'm always on the right side. You feel me? On the right side of history.
We figured we wanted to just mess with everybody, get everybody a little disoriented. That's all. All right.
That's right.
But we have a lot to discuss today because obviously yesterday, Monday, January 31st, was.
Manchester Andrew says, shout out to the Appalachians.
Let's go.
Appalachiateros. Already know. They know we love them.
So yesterday, January 31st, was the close of the transfer window in most of the world. There's a couple still open, I believe, in South America. There's a couple transfer windows still open because
South America's like, hey buddy, don't let a little thing like a deadline stop you from spending money. Okay.
South America's like, we don't believe in calendars. All right, not into all that. You know what?
Listen, we could cancel contracts, we could start contracts, whatever you need.
Really,
we will find a way.
The place where that's most relevant is probably with NYCFC and Tati Castellanos, because we could talk about it a little bit more later. But he didn't end up getting that move to Europe that he wanted, and I think that pretty much everybody expected. Anyway, but transfer deadline closed January 31st, February 1st. Today's first day, Black History Month. Let's go. There's a lot to discuss. And so where to begin? Should we start with our teams just to get it out of the way? Because
let me just say, let's start with our teams. And as an Arsenal supporter, I had to sit through a horrific final day of the transfer window, and then immediately my rent was due. Do you have any idea? We should put the end of this transfer window in the middle of the month. Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Right. It's been yesterday with this happens pretty much every year. Every time the transfer window is closing, you sort of just expect something fun to happen, right? At least one curveball, something.
There's a little bit of excitement.
You know what?
Yeah.
I didn't expect that player to sign with my team, but at least we did something. You know, at least the paychecks people are earning to make these decisions and to make moves happen. You know, somebody's doing their job. The problem is that when there is a team that is way more active than another, you know, the Premier League is incredibly competitive, and if people are doing business, making deals, networking, talking to each other. They're doing the Fabrizio Romano constantly on their phone. Adam Schefter. They got to call Adam Schefter from the NFL to get information. Like, even if they're not actually doing.
Adrian Wojnarowski.
Okay, do we got a Romano bomb? You know what I mean? Like, even if somebody looks busy, at least we're like, all right, they're doing work. But Arsenal Football Club, really. They made it look like, especially with the Austin Trusty move.
Enrique Alvarado, thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button.
Thank you.
Yes.
For the Austin Trusty from Colorado Rapids, which is a team that Stan Kroenke owns. This was the move that like no one expected, and Arsenal fans are losing their mind because not only do they not know who this guy is, They hate him even more because he's American and he's coming from another Stan Kroenke owned club. So it's worse that they signed him rather than signing no one. Do you know what I mean?
It's a little wag the dog kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you guys wanted a striker. Well, I got you this American center back you've never heard of.
Yeah.
I mean, let me list the players that have gone out. Now, I don't know if you remember, but Arsenal had one player with COVID, and that was enough to get us to postpone a match because we didn't have enough players to start a match because one player had COVID, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, let me tell you what we've done. We went and said, let's send more of our players away. Callum Chambers, Aston Villa on a free transfer. Kolasinac goes to Marseille on a free transfer. Pablo Mari, loaned to Udinese. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, loaned to Roma. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Barca free transfer. This man was our captain at one point this year. Free transfer. We sent him away for free, which I agree with. But we've sent all of those players out. And the things we were saying were, we need a center midfielder real bad. And clearly we need a striker. So who did we bring in? A goalkeeper in Matt Turner and Austin Trusty, a left-footed center back from the Colorado Rapids.
Hey,
what the hell is going on?
Right. It's a look. You can't. The Matt Turner move is exciting, right? We talked about it last week, and it was like just that the rumors were swirling, but it's pretty much been confirmed at this point. And so that was an exciting thing, but that just felt like the beginning of something bigger. Right, and with like Vlahovic, right, and it was like, all right, this is the appetizer, but no, trust me, the striker's coming. All right,
so we didn't get the one we wanted, but don't worry about it. We got Plan B, and that Plan B was, I don't know what to do. And by the way, Chad Ochocinco had tweeted out. First of all, he called Mikel Arteta Mike. He was like, "Yo, Mike, thank you, Enrique Alvarado." For the super chat.
Is that what it is? Oh, is that a super chat or the or membership?
I gotta be honest, I have no clue.
We're doing this the first time, but you are the first to contribute and help the show. I believe it's a super chat. Thank you so much, Enrique. Much appreciated. And
my God,
donated through
there it is.
All right, I gotta update that thing and not have a zombie because we're very excited. But Enrique, the zombie is chasing you for a hug. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike. He said, Mike, I'm available. I don't have much skill, but fast as hell, and that should help open things up for Saka and Martinelli. Don't need a contract, just a place to stay. DM me. So Mikel Arteta, I hope you're cool with being called Mike by Chad Ochocinco.
I love Enrique said, "I'm feeling bad for you, bro." So that was the source of the donation. All right, it was really.
By the way, if anyone else feels bad for me, feel free to shoot us some cash.
Thank you for the love, much appreciated. It's a. After once what is it, like 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. when the window closes, my concern was, do people not want to play for Arsenal? Arsenal in a place where the play with whatever, maybe it's the money that
Can
they're
I ask you a
offering.
question? Why would they want to?
Why would they?
Why would somebody want to play for Arsenal? If you think back, the average player we're signing is 23 years old, right? 23, 24 years old. That means they were how old the last time we played in Champions League? I mean, they were kids for the majority of their life that they certainly could remember. Arsenal haven't been a great club. So now, I mean, I remember Arsenal in the Invincible days. So I still have it in my head as they're an amazing club, right? If I were a player today and somebody I'd be like, I want to play for Arsenal. If I'm a young guy, if I'm 18 to 23 years old, and my agent calls and says, yo, Chelsea are interested, Manchester United are interested, Arsenal are interested, or Leicester are interested. I don't know that Leicester's top of my list, but they might be higher than Arsenal at the moment because Leicester's won the league since I've been a fan.
Right.
Leicester's done more since I've been a fan. To us, they're still a big club. But if you're a young player, there's no reason. You've got to go out and find players that love Arsenal to this day. Your Aaron Ramsdale's, your Matt Turner's, I'm just going to say Austin Trusty. I'm going to assume Austin Trusty loves Arsenal.
You better get that tattoo. You better get that tattoo on your chest immediately.
Yeah, tell him mess up the lines a little bit so it looks like his age. You know what I mean? Like I've been here this whole time. It's just and by the way, Manchester United probably just to live in London, which is why some players, choose Arsenal
like a Pokemon.
Hilarious. Look, I would love to live in London, but I think more players would want to live in warm weather than London. I think that appeal of London is just for people who like cities.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
And I would say to answer the question, who would want to play for Arsenal? Look, after having, we went to the Emirates, we hung out with a lot of Arsenal fans and the people from Arsenal Fan TV and a lot of people, the influential people around the club. And I look, even as an Everton fan, I can easily say Arsenal are one of the coolest clubs in the world as far as like just a brand that is like just young, vibrant, just kind of dope. The culture around it. Yeah, there's a toxicity around it, like pretty much every club has, but it's still something I think a lot of players respect. They still have those legends, those ambassadors that players who looked up to, like players like Ian Wright and who are still actively kind of
but we're getting look, I'm an Arsenal fan. I should not be arguing against what you're saying, but we're getting to the point where your Ian Wrights and your Thierry Henrys, that might be your dad if you're a player.
Yeah, that
might be your dad's favorite player.
Right.
You grew up idolizing your maybe an Mbappe at this point. If you're 23 years old, you looked up to an Mbappe, you looked up to a Neymar, you looked up to, maybe a Benzema. You didn't grow up. If you think back to the last title-winning Arsenal side, most players of today's era didn't grow up being influenced by them.
Right.
Barry Guna said Henry influenced the whole generation. Yeah, and that generation is now out of the game.
Right. Yeah.
They've been aged out.
Yeah. Yanni Mar said, Laporta from the Barca president said that Ousmane Dembele rejected multiple offers from England, right? That was one of the teams that I think were interested in signing Dembele. Dembele's in like a very strange situation where he doesn't want to renew his deal, and he wants to just end it. He's wants to leave on a free this summer. I believe that's the situation. But Xavi pretty much gave him an ultimatum. Said you either re-sign with us or you are not playing ever again for Barcelona. And I don't know how I guess he can instill that and force that and keep to his promise. But that's a weird situation. Like, why wouldn't Dembele want to leave? But then also, why would Barca want to resign him? He's constantly getting injured. And then why is he getting so many offers for a player that's constantly getting injured? It seems so strange.
It's such an odd situation. I think they were told they have to remove one of the players they signed, or they can't bring in all the players they signed until they get rid of a midfielder. And Dembele is like, but I don't want to go. You know?
It's like, I'm fine here. Why? Just leave me alone.
I know.
Xavi, I'm good.
He's like, when everyone's like, yo, gun to your head. What do you do? Dembele's like, I don't know. Tell him to pull the trigger, Dembele's the only one who's like, I don't know, man. I'm here for the vibes, dude.
So this is the tweet from Fabrizio Romano, and check this out, everybody watching live. We got a fun little new transition. Let's check the browser. Boom! Look at this.
Wow.
Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that exciting?
Everyone listening is like, I should have buckled my seatbelt for that reaction.
All right, we're increasing the production value here every day on the Cooligans on YouTube Live. So
every day, little by little, we'll be professional.
But look at Fabrizio's tweet. It says Barcelona president Joan Laporta reveals, "We think Ousmane Dembele has an agreement in place with another club. We think."
Well, okay, hold on. Did you see what Rocco Camiso said about Vlahovic?
No, I didn't see. What did he say?
I'm pulling it up as we speak. I don't have any fancy transitions because I'm out here without any control over the stream whatsoever. But let me pull it up. It's taking a second because the stream is eating up a gang of our. This was tweeted out by Sport Bible. Rocco Camiso is a New York Italian, and I mean this in the most loving way possible, loudmouth Dele owner, basically, who bought Fiorentina. He said the Vlahovic deal was full of dishonest and liars. We opened talks with English clubs. Every time a new offer came up, Vlahovic and his agent said no. Their plan was the same as Mbappe with PSG. Leave as a free agent and make all the money. So what you took from that is, one, Rocco Camiso needs to be on our show. Two, what he's saying is, have you noticed this wave over the last, I don't know, year, maybe two, but really kind of, spearheaded by all of the moves that PSG made in the summer transfer window. Players are just waiting out their contract. And instead of saying, okay, don't buy me now with a year left of my contract where you have to pay, say, $30 million, why don't you wait a year and I'll sign with you if you give me an upfront fee, a signing bonus of, let's say, 15, and you just saved yourself half on that deal. That's what these players are doing. Now the clubs are spending money, but now they're not making money on transfers. All these clubs now are losing out, and they've essentially created their own version of free agency.
Yeah, there's something is. I mean, and Rocco Camiso mentioned this in another article.
His burn it all to the ground.
I mean, but he essentially he hates agents. I mean, and this time of year is probably the worst for an owner. I mean, and we're not saying we're not trying to feel bad for owners of football clubs, but it can be a little predatory to some degree, where these agent fees on transfers, the agents themselves are saying oh, if you want to transfer this player, or you want this player, you're gonna have to pay us $3, $4, $5 million on top of the transfer fee that you're paying to the club, and all. It's just an insane. Right. They're
and to reiterate, you're not defending club owners, but agents are extorting them. That's literally what this is.
That's kind of what it. That's kind of what it feels like. And the Vlahovic situation, we talked about this last week, but the kind of using other clubs as offers to influence and kind of inflate a price. So if Arsenal's interested and he's already yo, I'm about to go. I know I'm gonna go to Juve. I'm not really, but let's go through the song and dance of these negotiations. But I already got something in place over there because my agent.
Look, I want to go to Juve, but I could also get paid more at Juve if all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, to some degree, shouldn't we be proud of the players for, using this opportunity to increase their leverage?
But the problem with that is then, because obviously the exorbitant transfer fees can be challenging on any club, but then when you add like an agent fee on top of that is also exorbitant, then this is where we get to we need a super league because everything's getting too expensive and we need a way to bring in more money because these are now the costs of having a high quality team.
How did you can't solve this by saying we need a super league?
I'm not saying we need it. I'm saying that's
no
what
one's on your side anymore.
but that's what the owner's excuse. That's what they're going to use to leverage trying to push for a super league because they're saying it costs too much to get these players because we have to pay these agents and all this other stuff. Like, I can understand that, like, where their reluctancy and where, especially Rocco Camiso being so upfront with it and being like, yo, this is ridiculous. This is not why I got into owning a football. I thought it was going to be fun. I thought it was going to be like, football manager and having a good time. But no, bro.
He's like, I've been crying this entire time. I haven't celebrated one goal.
My kids have no Christmas this year. This is how bad it is, all right? So it's incredible.
Which, look, I want to bring up something that, was it Yanni Mars said? Mm-hmm. Somebody said it, that the Mbappe figures to Real Madrid are crazy.
Yes, I did see that. That somebody I had seen that it's reported that he might be earning almost $1 million euros, I think, a week or something like that.
No, it's 800,000 pounds a week.
All right.
What? But
then it's okay. When I saw that,
what's the exchange on that? I'm just gonna Google it. I mean, yeah, we could say Google now. We're on YouTube. I'm gonna Google what that is.
You could have said Google on Twitch. Nobody's gonna be mad.
Bro, it's $1,082,080 a week.
That's a good chunk of change.
Bro, my guy is making essentially $52 million a year. Easy.
Look, I'm going to ask the question because it just has to be asked. Is Mbappe worth that? Let's just ask the question.
Yeah, I think the better question is anybody worth that?
What? I mean, it's an insane number, but it's
Jordan Angeli goes, that's about $1 million euros a week, Alexis. Yeah, I mean, here, hold on, let me look up euros.
But
that is just.
Do you think what was it? Real Madrid did make an offer for.
Can I just correct? It's not €1 million. It's 959,967 euros in 27. What do they call it? Pence? What do they call it out there?
But last year, Real Madrid did make an offer, and they would have paid PSG a very good sum for Kylian Mbappe, and they said no. They rejected it because they wanted out.
But he would. Kylian Mbappe. I know. I get to your point, but Kylian Mbappe would have made less money.
Okay, that's possibly right, but the
Barry Guna said that's like 5,000 glizzies. Joe Whitlock said $137,000 a day.
Crimson Pizza said capitalism says that he's worth it if someone is willing to pay it. I get that too.
Look,
but
I'm not going to sit here and tell someone else how to spend their money. It's not happening. Real Madrid. If you think you got this money, I don't know. How you're going to convert
Florentino Perez was seriously like, we're broke. We need the Super League. Yeah. And where'd you find this money at? You know,
bro, this is a significant amount of money to find.
Okay, we ain't pocket watching or anything. All due respect, bro, but it feels like it's a lot because you were saying you were singing a different tune last year.
Yo, last year, Florentino Perez should have been doing those photos rappers do with the money up their arms. You know what I'm talking about? Writing out little phrases with his cash.
Yeah.
If you had this much money, this is absolutely insane levels of money. Over $1 million, almost €1 million a week.
Good amount, an impressive amount of money. Yes, it's. I don't know. Look, I was asking the question, like, is he worth it?
But actually, hold on a second. Hold on. While you're saying that, here's what I just realized.
What?
If they were going to spend $150 million on him, $1 million a week is a discount.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah. That is understandable.
Well,
So
Whoa.
essentially, they allowed, instead of paying the transfer fee, they work with him and saying like, look, you're gonna come here anyway, so just go through. Have a miserable time at your club while everybody's in this final year, okay?
Look, just don't blow your knee out.
Yeah,
in the next year.
and your paycheck gonna look good when you're with us next year. So look, it's a see the interesting thing is that like even if they didn't pay the transfer fee, but even just his salary, like I would argue. Look, you're basically suggesting, Mbappe. He's going to be on playing for a bigger team. He's going to, you're going to be more visible. You're essentially saying that he's going to be as good and as marketable as as the Messis and Ronaldos. Like that is his next step. But I don't know. I honestly don't think Mbappe is going to be to the level of popularity as Messi or Ronaldo. I don't think. I think that is too. Not to say he doesn't deserve the money.
Think you're thinking about it from a level of the game that is antiquated. You're no longer. Some people do rise to high levels of fame because of how good they are at the sport, but I think that's kind of dead. Now is the era of the influencer athlete. And which we'll call it. Robert from LA said Alexis with the Ed Chiringuito math. The fact that that's a discount of a third, 3 years of paying him that is still less than what they would have paid up front for him is kind of crazy. But if you think about it, players are marketable because of their persona and their clout. And Mbappe has crossover ability. Mbappe's cool to LeBron. Mbappe's cool to Steph Curry. Mbappe's cool to John Morant. Mbappe's cool to Pat Mahomes. You know what I mean? As long as he doesn't completely stink it up on the pitch, it's worth it.
We'll see. I mean, I think, look, is he going to be is he a great player? 100%. Is he going to do, the simple question is, can Mbappe do what a player like Cristiano Ronaldo did at Real Madrid? My instinct is to say no, and I don't think he's as good, and I don't think he even will be as good. But I'm ready to be proven wrong, but we shall see.
Crimson Pizza is giving us a very sort of like probably the most intelligent way to break down this contract. Crimson Pizza said he can afford approximately 390,000 chicken nuggets per week.
Chicken nuggets?
Now, there is an asterisk. Yeah, that is an asterisk. 390,000 of them. There is an asterisk, though. That is assuming France has the 20 nuggets for $5 deal. That's right. And also assuming Madrid has it. Now, if they do, that's 390,000 nuggets a week.
Okay. That's
the best way to look at it as far as I'm concerned.
The best. Okay. Somebody did
Area Guna said Mbappe will have more IG followers and sell more jerseys. But we've talked about this before. The teams don't make money on the jersey sales.
They do not.
The shirt manufacturer does.
Yeah, but the manufacturer actually pays the club for all of that. So,
but they did that already.
Right.
They already paid the club to be the shirt manufacturer.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's
all of a sudden they're making a gang of money. So if I were the shirt manufacturer, I put a little money in Madrid's pocket. You feel me? And say, yo, go get us an Mbappe.
But look, this is the last year, the last couple months where we'll get to see Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi at PSG, and Neymar's been injured, and so we haven't really seen that for the last couple months. But I think it's all going to be dependent on what happens in Champions League. But I think it's going to end pretty disappointingly. It's been disappointing so far. They haven't really played that well together. Messi has one goal, I think, in Ligue 1, which is
like 44 shots. Something like that.
It's kind of crazy how it's really it's not really linking up. I mean, the chemistry is not really there, especially for him. When we went to go see him play, that was the first time he was playing at Parc des Princes. But even after that, you're watching games. I think the Ligue 1 strategy is don't let Messi beat you, and it seems to be working out because it's I don't know, in La Liga, maybe that wasn't the strategy. Maybe that was they tried to play a little bit more. Like not show him that much respect. But Ligue 1, they're just a bunch of bruisers. The quote unquote farmers are really doing pretty well, holding Messi back.
Dude, La Liga is wildly less physical than Ligue 1. Ligue 1 is like, no, go ahead, come out here. I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna kick your bun. You gonna style on me, but I'm gonna kick you.
Right.
I'm gonna hurt you. By the way, whatchamacallit, where is it, man? I gotta figure out how this whole chat thing works. Robert from LA said, can he do it in a light breezy day in Valencia? That's the real question we gotta ask, folks.
It's that's a good question. So I like Nick Red asked the question. He said, sorry to be late. Has Christian's Dele Alli jersey arrived yet? So let's get into Everton Football Club. Obviously, a big last couple days. Frank Lampard announced as the manager for the club. Then a signing from Donny van de Beek. And then after that,
which I believe is a loan.
Yes, is a loan. Within to the end of the season with an option to buy. I don't know. I don't remember if that was the case.
Here, let's go over the ins. Is Dele Alli, which was purchased for how much?
Dele Alli. So this is a strange one, but I don't have the details in front of me. But essentially, Dele Alli was purchased, and it has like if he plays 20 games, it's like it's conditional. So if he plays 20 games, it like triggers a like 12 million or whatever. From what I understand, if he reaches all the incentives, it's essentially about 40 million, which is pretty insane for Dele Alli, right? It was like
right.
Somebody said that Everton purchased Dele Alli and Alex Iwobi for around 74 million combined, which is just what a staggering number for those two guys.
Wow.
But it's just Everton are down bad right now. They need all the help they can get. A bunch of injuries to midfielders. I think put them in a situation where Donny van de Beek, we haven't seen much at Manchester United. He has not gotten a lot of love, but when he was at Ajax, the dude was a beast, and he completely earned.
Look, Manchester United didn't give him a chance. We've not seen Donny van de Beek in the Premier League.
Yeah,
we haven't, because I don't know what the hell's going on in Manchester United. They just didn't want my guy to shine. I thought this was the midfielder to get, because in fact, most of the players coming in have a chip on their shoulder. Luka Digne went out for 33 million American, by the way, 33 million American. But Vitaly Mikolenko came in from Dynamo Kiev for 26 million American. Donny van de Beek is in on loan. Anwar Agazi in on loan, and Nathan Patterson from Rangers, which purchased for 16 million. So you went out and you filled the positions you needed to, including Dele Alli. I mean, is that not what you wanted? If you look at who needed what and who brought those players in, Everton had the best transfer window.
It's right. I mean, it's as far as look, if you could win a Premier League based on who had the best transfer window, I guess Everton is pretty high up there on the table. But the fact that they at least addressed some of these problems, and I've been harping about it just for months. The midfield has been getting destroyed every game. Doucouré, Allen, Andre Gomez is not enough. They maintain possession. They can't move the ball forward. They can't defend accordingly. So it's the fact that Elite addressed this stuff. I mean, I said this a couple of weeks ago, but I don't even need Donny van de Beek and Dele Alli to do that much. They just need to.
Should we do this in the other window?
Sure.
So people can actually see it?
So all they need to do is just move the ball, maintain possession, move the ball forward, get it to Richarlison, get it to Damari Gray, and let's have some fun out there. That's it. We can't have these games with 18% possession. Doesn't matter who we're playing against. It can't. It can't look like that.
This is how low the bar is for Everton fans. They're just like, look, can you pass the ball in this direction? And if the answer is yes, buddy, you're getting a number. You know what I mean? You're getting a number. Brushy87, aka just Brush. My guy went modern. Okay. He said, yo, Christian, did Everton finesse Spurs for Alli? £10 million after 20 appearances, and the rest is all performance-related add-ons. So they're probably not seeing the whole of that £40 million. What are your thoughts on that?
Look, and in general, I'm not happy with pretty much any of the signings. At least in this, Dele Alli. Given that the fact that the players that
I think you're insane.
Hold on,
you're not happy with these signings.
The players that Everton got, we haven't seen much from them. Ask any Tottenham fan in the chat right now, how do they feel about Dele Alli?
We don't allow Tottenham fans in here.
Oh, I forgot. We have YouTube has an auto block feature. If you're a Tottenham fan, apologies. We didn't build the system. That's how it came. Okay,
this isn't our fault.
These players are kind of outcasts. I mean, that's just the truth. It's.
But don't you think they walk in with a chip on their shoulders?
I don't care if they have chips, if they have fries. I could care less.
Which chip is on your shoulder? Is it a French fry or a crisp? We need to know. No, but Dele la chingada. Tommy G, thank you for hitting the subscribe button. We love you, baby. And don't forget, please hit that like button if you are watching. There's no reason not to. And if you're listening, and you want to know what all this like and subscribe hubbub is, join us on YouTube Live, which we're going. Obviously, Yanni Mars is here. He said, come on, you Southampton. What does that mean? But no, I would have loved Donny van der Beek to come to Arsenal. I like these players that haven't been given a chance. We know what their level is. We know how quality they've been in the past.
Yeah.
They didn't get a chance. They're going to come in and they're going to play their asses off because they want a new contract. They want some of that sweet, sweet Mbappe.
You're right. They're so close to it too. They just
do a couple goals away.
We all know this, okay?
But Dele Alli is yet another. Look, we talked about this. Mourinho finds a player to ruin at every club. As an example, he chose Dele Alli. He now leaves Tottenham, and he's gonna have this overwhelming, sort of desire, I think, to try to prove everyone wrong who didn't believe in him.
I hope to see it. I'm more excited about the fact that a new manager, who I think the players will like and respect. Lampard was not my first choice. But I think the point you just made about
based on the graffiti on Goodison, I think they're the only one who didn't want him.
No, look, a lot of people did not. That was not their first choice. But I don't think people hated him or hated that his name was coming up. But just the point that you made about having something to prove. Nobody has something more to prove than I think Frank Lampard. The way it worked out at Chelsea. I think there's a little bit of the club that he loves and the club that he adores. He got to be the manager. He was given an opportunity. It wasn't enough. He gets sacked. Then
but that's Chelsea,
and they end up winning Champions League the same year.
That part hurt.
Yeah, so
that part hurt.
I think he has a little bit something to prove, and even in his first interview for the club, he did mention about his history with Chelsea. He's he basically apologized for scoring so much against Everton. So he was like, I'm gonna I'll have to return the favor by helping the club as well. So
D Stu, the legend, returns. He says, would you look us at that? Everton trying to Lampard in themselves and turn things around in their brand new Van de Beek. Next step, grabbing a tasty hoagie from the deli with Alli the fixings. Mikolenko. I don't know what the Mikolenko part is, but these two, the legend. Is there a way to feature a chat or something?
I don't know how to do this here. I don't know. We'll figure that. We'll figure all that. We're learning as we go. But thank you for that.
I hit the 3 buttons. It says pin message, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user, add moderator. I don't think you get any of those.
I don't know how it works. All right, we're still figuring it out. We did. If you're obviously watching live, we did create. You can join similarly to the way we have on. We had it on Twitch, where you could subscribe and essentially be a supporter, a member, and you get access to other features and stuff like that. YouTube has the same thing, so you can join. The button is somewhere. I don't know where it is, but hit the join button, and there's like emotes and a bunch of other stuff. The emotes that we had on Twitch, you can use them here on YouTube Live as well. So you just got to join. So feel free to do that. There's, I believe, 2 levels. So feel free to join and support. We would appreciate it. Okay. Enrique Alvarado said, "Dude, Christian, how are you not excited?" I am excited.
Thank you, Enrique. This is insane. If this was Arsenal, I'd be jumping for joy. I didn't want Lampard.
What is
Donny hasn't played? Dele, Alli, blah blah blah. You had nobody before this.
Look,
you had no midfield, and they got you one of the biggest names to leave Ajax in a while. Previously a star boy for the English national team and a legend from the Premier League as your manager, and you still ain't happy?
Hold on. Do you see where we are in the table, Alexis? What are you saying? I understand. Signings are great.
Which is even more.
Signings are lovely, but they don't push you up the table without winning some games. You need
to bring them in.
Burnley, you see Burnley right now? They have 2 games in hand.
They also just sold their best striker.
All right, so this is not. I understand there should be excitement or whatever, but this is. I need one win. The next game is against Newcastle. Everton winning against Newcastle, that will provide me with the excitement and the week after, when we record, you will see me and hear me very excited about Everton and what is going on. But if Lampard loses this game against Newcastle, bro, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a huge problem, especially if Norwich win. No, I'm saving any excitement until I get results. All right. There's
Jose
where
Lopez said, "Where's the Cooligans OnlyFans link?"
Okay,
we're getting there. Let's see how this.
That's where
YouTube thing goes.
That's where everybody's future's headed. All right. Yeah. Okay. We're all
probably next to your link. Can we be honest? In a few years, whatchamacallit?
Barry Guna said, every time Christian does that transition, I think the edibles are kicking in. Yeah, dog.
You gotta watch to see it, folks. I am floored. In order for you to win, you need better players. You went out and got better players. In order to win, you need a better manager than Rafa Marquez.
Who?
Rafa Martinez. Again with the Rafa Marquez. You know what's funny?
Rafa Benitez. Not Martinez.
What did I just say?
You said Rafa
Martinez? Benitez. Rafa Benitez and Rafa Marquez and Rafa Martinez. All 3 Rafas. All right? You needed a better manager than Rafa Benitez. You went out and got someone who I think can inspire this unit you have better than Duncan Ferguson. You answered all the questions that were being asked of Everton. I do not, under any circumstances, understand how you could come out here today and be anything other than just full of love and praise. Shocked.
I find what you're saying to be an absolute joke. The fact that you expect more than I'm giving right now, because the level of energy it's taking to get to even to put a smile on my face right now is it's incredibly challenging. So,
bro, you're nuts.
You
are nuts. This is all anyone wanted. If you are
the next, it's an FA Cup match against Brentford, and then the match against Newcastle. The Brentford match, I could live with the loss. I'm not even gonna.
Who cares? Newcastle is big because y'all competing with them. And they just went out and pulled the fuck up.
Yeah, Newcastle. Who they signed? Bruno Guimaraes, right, from Olympique Lyon.
Who Arsenal were in talks to sign.
Nobody. They'd rather go.
How are we losing out to
They're like, no, it doesn't rain enough in London. I'm trying to go to Newcastle.
Bro, I can understand what they're saying in London. Why would I want to go play there?
But clearly the money that Newcastle is throwing. Michael Raymond just said Rafa managers, which is great. Look, if you're new here, I'm sorry. There's a lot of inside jokes from Twitch that we're.
Let me just tell you though, they got me. They brought in Bruno Guimaraes from Olympic Lyon.
Oh, I love this.
Chris...
Enrique Alvarado said, "We don't talk about Bruno. No, have you seen Encanto, Alexis?
No.
Oh my God, you're missing out, bro. Was this the movie of the year, dog? Encanto?
What movie is
Encanto, the Disney movie.
Oh God, no.
Why
would I watch a Disney movie? First of all, why are you watching a Disney movie?
I just saw it the other day. It's so good. Encanto.
Under what circumstances?
I under the circumstance where I told my fiance we're watching Encanto. Oh, that was the circumstance.
There was no child involved at all?
No, just two adults, okay? You know, and we kiss from time to time, all right? I hate to break it to you.
All right. I mean, I'm going to need to see proof. Where's that home?
Everybody, go watch Encanto, especially, you know, it's for everybody. But if you are a Latino, it is absolutely incredible to see it. The music was by Lin-Manuel Miranda, but the fact that this movie is, I mean, also it looks amazing, by the way. That's like the one thing, but it is so like relatable. There was something about it. I'm like, I'm watching a Disney movie, and they're like speaking the way I speak and the way I grew up and all that stuff. It was very, very touching, but also the movie was incredible. So, Alexis, give it a shot. I want to hear your review of Encanto at some point.
I'm gonna say it sucked, but that's just because I'm not watching. So, listen, they got Bruno Guimaraes from Olympic Lyon, Chris Wood from Burnley, Kieran Trippier. Is that your Alexa?
That's what it is. Yes.
Yeah, because you said my name. Kieran Trippier, Dan Burn from Brighton, Matt Target from Aston Villa, Matty Longstaff from Aberdeen, and Jake Turner from Colchester United. Because they're loaned. Those three were the loans. The last two were loans that came back, and they loaned Matt Target. But they purchased Chris Wood, Guimaraes, Trippier, and Dan Burn.
Well, okay. Oh, you keep saying Trippier when it's Trippier. He's not French.
Trippier, I don't care. You know what? Kieran Marquez, you got purchased. Kieran Trippier is 31 years old. Chris Wood is 30. But other than that, they went out and got Bruno Guimaraes, who's one of the midfielders that more, you know, again, a DM defensive midfielder, which they certainly could use right now. But a lot of people wanted to sign this guy.
Yeah, we saw.
I mean, this is good business, but these aren't the names we thought, right? We thought they'd be going Mbappe, Erling Haaland.
Mm-hmm.
Now they went out and kind of made some smart moves. We're not used to that.
Newcastle fans, I think, have so much to be excited about and happy about. This is they're trying to stay up, and it's going to cost money to do that. And I don't know exactly why Bruno and a lot of these guys are getting paid, but it had to be a number where they were like, "Nah, fam, I there's no way I can say no."
Ooh, do they have what their salary is? Because that would be interesting.
Okay. Robert from LA.
By the way, I was about to say that. Go ahead.
Robert from LA said, "Congratulations to Christian on having a baby with Rihanna." All right, it's news to my fiance. But
let me tell you something. Of all the people Christian looks like, A$AP Rocky is not one of them.
I saw there was a tweet that went viral because somebody, I think maybe a lot of people feel this way, but a lot of people think that A$AP Rocky is ugly. They think he's ugly, and they're saying, why would Rihanna have a child with this man who is ugly?
Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you whether he's good looking or not, but they call him pretty and they call him Flacco. I mean, that's a good looking dude. He's a model.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy. I mean, maybe, is there competition, for who's going to plant their seed in Rihanna? Sure. Did she have a lot of choices? Of course.
100%. Drake. Probably, by the way, Drake's next album is going to be nothing but ballads because of this.
Okay.
He is wildly upset.
Right. So, but no, let us know in the chat. Is A$AP Rocky attractive or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, he got that Harlem swag,
Mm-hmm. That goes a long way. It gives you a couple extra points. Okay.
Dude, Harlem dudes just carry themselves in a certain way. Almost like Nork dudes,
Okay, wow, look, Alexis really trying to up the stock dudes from Newark.
I
Real
gotta
quick,
wedge that conversation in.
CONMEBOL update. Somebody mentioned it in the chat. Forgot who, but Chile defeated Bolivia, and Argentina is up 1-0 against Colombia, which is a bad result for Colombia. Colombia might just go out and miss the World Cup, which would be pretty wild. And Uruguay is up 3-0 against Venezuela. And Venezuela won also the other day against Bolivia. They and your man Solomon Rondon got a hat trick in a World Cup qualifier. Can't do
Solomon
it.
Rondon made the CONMEBOL player of the window or whatever, player of the tournament, whatever that was. I don't know, the first 11 of anything with Solomon Rondon can't even make the first 11 of his club.
Bruh.
Never mind. CONMEBOL.
But this is I feel for Colombia right now. If we're looking at the CONMEBOL table, Brazil and Argentina already in. They're going to the World Cup, but third, fourth, and fifth. That's pretty much what's up for grabs. Uruguay, they're currently leading. So Peru hasn't played their game. They play tomorrow, but Colombia has. I mean, this is devastating because they were in pretty solid ground, and they had that game against I forgot who they were playing against, where that the goal was that VAR took away the goal.
Said, Ramadan, baby.
Bruh, okay.
Yo, his kids would even be shocked at your support of that, man.
I love this. Yeah, like I love, we can quickly create like rapper names or rapper nicknames for a lot of our favorite footballers. But no, this is pretty concerning. I don't know how a lot of people feel, but just Colombia missing out on the World Cup. And I always say, I'm Colombian during the World Cup, and I'm getting a little nervous. But then I'm also, especially because for Peru won their match against, who was it? They won against Colombia 1-0. A goal from
Arlo Nelson wants to hear you say this.
and Barranquilla me quedo, right? The who was it? Edison Flores from DC United scored for Peru, and giving them the 1-0 victory against Colombia. And another devastating loss, but Colombia cannot find goals in this qualifying campaign. I mean, look at there are -3 goal differential. But I am excited about Peru because our homie Alexander Collins, the center back for NYCFC, got I think like player of the best player.
You see it right there, team of the week, round 15.
Right
in your window.
So this is I don't know. I think Colombia right now, especially losing to Argentina, panic mode because it's only, I believe, 2 matches left. How many is it? I think it's 18 games. So they're in a pretty bad spot if they don't get wins in these last two qualifiers. Okay,
bro, it's over. What's his name? Who just said it? Yanni Mar said Betancourt scored in the first minute for Tottenham's new signing. Cough, cough. Do we have to talk about this? Joe Whitlock said Burnley lost Wood, so they went out and got a giant German. Hopefully they stay up. Did you see the video that Burnley put out?
No.
For their signing? If you go to Burnley's Twitter account, or it might be on their Instagram. While you pull that up, I do want to read this. Aubameyang put up a couple of photos on Instagram of his time at Arsenal. And this is what he wrote. To the Arsenal fans, thank you for making London home for myself and my family for the past 4 years. We went through ups and downs together, and your support meant everything to me. Having the chance to win trophies and the honor of being the captain of this club is something I will forever keep in my heart. I have always been 100% focused and committed on doing everything I can for this club. I don't believe that part, which is why leaving without a real goodbye hurts. But that is football. I'm sad I did not get the chance to help my teammates in the last few weeks, but I have nothing but respect for this club and truly wish all my guys and the fans all the best and many successful years in the future. Love, Alba. Well, that's beautiful. What are you talking about?
What do you have issue with?
I think all of these sentiments are true. I think he clearly loved the club. I clearly think he loved his time here. But you wouldn't write, I have always been 100% focused and committed on doing everything I can for this club. Come on. You showed up late. You were caught in traffic being late. You went out and did whatever you wanted to do when you were
That
asked
could
not to.
Alexis, that could have been anybody's Lambo. What are you talking about? Why are you
Yeah,
so
I
focused?
forgot the overwhelming amount of shiny chrome Lamborghinis on their way to the Emirates every game, every match game.
I see it. Dime a dozen.
Yeah, dude. Look, at the end of the day, I think it was clearly someone who played his heart out for the club when he was out there. But let's be honest, couple of issues.
Mm-hmm.
You know, couple of Obama who somebody put trophies. Yeah, he did. He won an FA Cup. He won Community Shield is the other photo he put up. So let's say he won an FA Cup, which is still more than Tottenham have won in the last 20 years, might I add. It was bad at the end, but never forget he kept his club afloat when there was nothing else. I won't forget that, but let's stop acting like that's the only part of his career. There's a reason why he's not here right now. There's a reason why he went away on a free transfer, and there's a reason why he's at Barcelona. It's because of how he's acted this past year. Did you find that the video that Burnley put up?
I didn't. Which one was it?
It's you'll see the two cups.
The 2 cups.
Did you see on Burnley's Twitter?
I'm looking, but I don't see it. It was posted what day? Yesterday?
I'm not sure. I believe it was.
I see it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, if you want to play that.
There you go. People can hear it.
So if you are listening,
What is
you'll
this
probably
from?
hear this. You don't know what this is
from Jurassic Park. From Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
So it's the scene where the kids are in the car and the water is vibrating, and then the kid looks out the window with his night vision goggles.
Okay.
But what he sees is this monstrosity of a human that they purchased. His name's like Wengerfirth or something like that.
From Germany, right? He came from Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 6'6".
This is Veghorst.
Yeah.
Voot?
But it's like Viger Veghorst
No,
or something like that. Voot.
Voot Veghorst. Voot Veghorst.
Wow, dude. Doesn't that sound like someone who's definitely above 6 foot? You know what I mean?
You can't be sure with that name. Get out of here.
Gymnastics said, isn't it supposed to be 1 cup? Wrong video, Jim. Wrong video.
Two Cooligans, 1 cup. Okay.
Stu MC said Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres to flank him, and Pedri as a playmaker. Alba has done a fair upgrade. All right. Let's see if he actually. Xavi's a bit of a tough guy though. Let's see if he actually gets a chance to play.
Stu MC said he's Dutch. Okay, yeah, I know but he came from a German club. That's all I knew. I didn't think he was. I didn't know if he was German or not. Another move that
his name is Woot.
It sounds like
Woot Weghorst or it's Woot Weghorst.
The other transfer I wanted to talk about. Was that a motorcycle?
Oh yeah, there's my window's open.
Okay. The Luis Diaz. Speaking of Colombia, Luis Diaz leaving Porto, right? I believe, and going to Liverpool. This is a huge signing. This almost feels like when they look. I'm a little bit bitter a lot bitter because Diaz his name was linked with Everton for a little bit. Some people are saying that that's where he might go, but the fact that he goes to Liverpool makes it not great. But Luis Diaz, playing right now for Colombia, is, I think, somebody's going to be an absolute star in the Premier League. The dude has so much goddamn swag. He has so much style. The dude he's kind of Neymar-ish. I mean, that's probably the best way to describe him.
Bay Area Guna said that motorcycle was actually Alba's Lambo coming out of a word with Alexis.
Dude. So I think that's a one name that I think I think a lot of teams are going to regret not trying harder to get him and letting Liverpool get him. I think he's really going to shine. For Liverpool and give them a real opportunity to try to catch up to Manchester City.
I think of all the players that will have a lasting impact and will have probably the best careers is whatchamacallit is Diaz, because like exactly what David Morales says, he'll probably replace Salah if Salah doesn't resign. So exactly what this is. They found a player of that ilk.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's as good as Mohamed Salah, but he's a damn good player and he's saucy as hell. Now, who was it that said, Stu MC said, put Woot's Weghorst into Google Translate and select Dutch. You'll thank me later.
Oh.
I'm going to do this.
Okay. Let me might as well. You let me know what happens if you see it first. Is it something we can share? So from what from what language to what language?
Woot Weghorst.
From what language to what language?
It just says Woot Weghorst.
Okay. Maybe that was a joke.
What?
You got
what
us.
Happened? What happened? I don't know.
All right.
Someone Nitra M said Viter Vrouch. I don't get it. What was supposed to happen?
I don't know. Okay. All right. What else? Whatever. Anything else that we may have missed that we should cover? There was
the audio of the Dutch.
Oh.
Wout Weghorst.
So okay, so that's Dutch. All right, let's try this.
Crimson Pizza said, "Is it Boophurst?"
Okay, I'm gonna play it, I guess. Let me see if I should. All right, let me just hear it before. Okay, yeah. All right. I just wanted to hear it before. Okay, just in case we got banned from.
What did you?
Who knows?
Nick Red said it doesn't turn into jizz horse.
Okay.
What a translation.
So here it is. This is a Wout Weghorst. That's how I would pronounce it, but here's how it is in Dutch.
Wout Weghorst.
Wout
Wout Weghorst.
Wout Weghorst.
Weghorst. There's a phlegmy in the GH.
Now, can I ask you this? We've talked about this before. Roberto Martinez, the English turned into Robert Martinez.
Yes.
They turned De Gea into De Gea.
But
De Gea.
They've corrected that, I think. But yes.
What are they going to do to this man's name?
This guy's gonna be boss real quick. All right, you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Have you seen our new signing, Chief? Good job, Chief. Hey there, sport.
Okay, just a hat trick from old buddy out there. You gotta love his work.
Yeah. Have you met Victor?
Yeah, because the English, they are not gonna be as kind. They're not gonna take the time to really, say this correctly.
They're gonna say, "Look, you're here now, okay?" I don't need to get into all that.
Okay.
Stu MC put Wout's hay horse.
The
Walter Weghorst. Robert Ronaldo said the tall one.
Joe Whitlock, little Flemmy, okay? I can mess with these, all right? Yo, I've seen a couple of these. I've seen a couple of these on Rap Caviar. I'm hitting play.
No.
I'm hitting play.
Bro, you get lost in SoundCloud, you gonna find a couple of little Flemmies.
Little Flemmy might be my favorite.
Walter Weghorst is. God damn it, that's funny. It's
the Big Show from LA. Nice wrestling reference. Okay. What else do we have? Anything else? Honestly, all right. We can't not talk about it because obviously the Mason Greenwood news came out the other day, and it's absolutely like horrific, disgusting, so shocking. This kind of stuff, like, it's
probably the most jarring, piece of information I've gotten on a player. The most jarring news update. We woke up to it, and the first thing I clicked on without knowing what it
Right.
was the audio, because I thought it was a voice note in my WhatsApp group, in my WhatsApp group chat. Absolutely horrific.
Yeah,
Um,
it kind of reminded me of the feeling when we saw like the Ray Rice video with his wife or girlfriend. I don't remember what the relation was, but it's just, you know, it's a kind of thing. Look, regardless of if it's an athlete or not, it's just such a it's a traumatic thing to see, to hear. It's obviously even more traumatic to people who have experienced that kind of like that kind of abuse. It's you feel for.
It must have been a lot. It must have been a lot for people who, especially people who might be hiding some
It,
type of abuse like
you
that.
absolutely feel for the young woman that revealed all this stuff, and obviously there's gonna
She didn't reveal. Somebody revealed it. She says her account was hacked, but I think it might have been maybe somebody she knows. Maybe might have revealed it. She didn't put this out there, and at least that's what they're saying. But you got to feel horrific. I mean, the photos were bad enough, but the audio. I mean, and one of the things that I want to say, as horrific as this is, I really haven't seen anyone defend him. And there's always that fear when it's a player who's really good at what they do, especially one who's young and had as bright a future as he had, that you'll have people who'll be like, well, you know, maybe there's no room for that. The people like this do not need to be in society. It shouldn't have to be said. And I want to say that I'm saying this by saying thank you to everyone I've seen has been pretty outright in saying like, yo, if I got my hands on him, it'd be over. Like no one has said like, no, but if there is any of that, dude, it shouldn't have to be said. But imagine this was a family member of yours. Imagine this was your sister. Imagine this was your cousin. Imagine this was your mother. Are you kidding me? The ends of the earth. I would gladly go to jail for the rest of my life to even the score if someone did this to someone in my family. I can't imagine. And I can't imagine what this woman is going through, knowing she's probably getting some horrific messages sent her way by people who are defending him simply because they love the badge he wore on a shirt at his job. Think about that. Manchester United, for all intents and purposes, is no different than a Chipotle or a McDonald's. It's a shirt you put on that has a logo of the company he works for. That is it, regardless of the fact that you cheer for them more than you would a McDonald's employee. It is horrific. When somebody does this in society, we as a society should come together and remove them from our society. That is it. This dude is a menace.
Yeah, and he got the last report saw that he did get arrested, and they are investigating. I think it's clearly like horrific and tragic, especially you see that stuff. And but honestly, it did make me think about just the fact that he is 20, 22, 21. He's a
kid.
He's a kid, and like the fact that I can't even really comprehend like what has happened in his life that he developed into this person at such a young age. I mean, yeah, 22, he's like this, but he clearly must have been doing something like, or being this like either sexually aggressive or manipulative, probably since he's been having sex at like 15, 16 years old. Like, who knows? The fact that someone who is not even really that mentally developed and mature to be able to be this person. And then on top of that, you're a professional footballer playing for the biggest clubs in the world. And you know that your character is clearly important. So it's something to me that says there's no way that this is the first. Obviously, it wasn't the first time it happened, but there must have been signs of this in the past.
Well, look, Barry Goodness said we should have known when Southgate said he wasn't being picked for off the field issues. I think that leans more to, remember him and Phil Foden got in trouble for, I don't know if it was staying out late or what it was. I'm not exactly sure what it was. But
they were with girls during they weren't supposed to be around other people because of the COVID bubble and stuff like that.
Right. That's what it was. So there have been some signs that he wasn't the most, a reputable, or at least followed the rules. I don't know what to say there, but he didn't follow all the rules. But this is just reprehensible from every point A to point Z. And some people are saying it sucks that Manchester United hasn't said anything. I think that's pretty common when it comes to things that are being investigated by the police. I don't know that they actually can say anything specific to this. But but they did remove him from. They've completely wiped him from the club, from any mention on the website or anywhere.
Yeah.
He's obviously no longer a part of the club. He's also been EA took him out of FIFA. Left and right, he's been he's still been removed. Barraguna does make a good point. He said Foden still got picked. Yeah, you're right. And maybe there was something else that Southgate knew. But people are saying that this can't possibly be the first time that this has been brought to light. I really hope no one covered this up. I really hope no one knew this information and covered it up, because that is just, how do you sleep at night?
Yeah, it's.
I don't care who you are. I don't care how big you are, how big your profile is.
There was a video.
This ends all that.
Did you see this video? I saw it just the other day. Of Mason Greenwood he's in a car he's with he's in the passenger seat. I'm like thinking because of the steering wheel's on the other side, I believe. He's in the passenger seat and he's like talking to his girlfriend. I don't know if it was the same girl from the photos, but he looks like he's maybe 15 or 16 years old, and he's being, I don't want to say what he said, but he's being super, super sexually like forward with her, and like I would say
I didn't see this video.
Given what we know now. It's
the context now is
it's
horrific,
super disturbing to see. I mean, it is. You're looking at a teenager, this is what it made me think of. It made me think of a young teenager, like a teenager who was exposed to very like ugly sexual stuff, maybe pornography, or that was like very intense, and he's behaving what he thinks a man is supposed to behave like, and he's being kind of gross, kind of.
You're just talking about that video specifically.
But
I don't want people to misconstrue that you're saying that that's why he did what he did.
No, not at all. But I'm saying when I see that, I'm just like, bro, you're a kid. You shouldn't be this comfortable talking to a girl like this. Like I remember when from like 12 to 22, I was like, I don't want to say anything that's gonna make a girl uncomfortable. Like right. I was just so I didn't
you
know.
Were like, girl,
get out of here. I don't need this. but the fact that that's who he was and was that comfortable. I mean, there was something. Somebody didn't check him. Somebody didn't check him in his life.
Exactly. My first reaction is that he's been of privilege for a while. But I think, of all the guessing that we can do as to why, and look, there's people are saying all my thoughts are with Harriet. That must be the woman's name.
Right.
Let's take Greenwood out to Dykeman. He ain't coming home. People are saying that players should have stomped him out when they got him in the training room. I'm with all that. I'm not going to sit here and say they should have done it, but if they did it, I wouldn't blink. You know what I mean? Barry Guna said, as the dad of a 15-year-old girl, I would gladly pay to see Green Shitwood in Gem Pop at Riker. Bro, I don't have a daughter, but I was raised by all women, and I'm with you. I just don't understand how this could do anything besides completely anger you. But I do want to say that it sucks that I was worried, because this was a featured, a featured player that had a lot of people pushing the, he was very valuable to his club, and I was a little worried about how this might get handled. It sucks that I was in that position. It sucks that I looked at it that way, but I am happy with how it's been handled since. So,
yeah, I think these kind of things that when they happen and at this public level, I think another conversation that is important to have is it's like kind of like what I'm saying about. We obviously need to hold men accountable for behavior like this. Like, that's pretty much obvious. But even the signs before these things kind of happen, the way, whether it's the male ego, or whether it's, talking down to women, or thinking that they're like objects or your property or whatever, like some of these things should be addressed early on, and they should be spoken about. But there's something to even the fame of a footballer. Like fame is becoming less valuable to some degree, where like almost anybody could be famous. You could have a video on TikTok or whatever, and then now literally everybody knows you. You may not be as wealthy as some other people, but people know who you are. So
right.
It's a thing that, you know, the Harvey Weinsteins of the world, like that they could live in the shadows, and you didn't know. You saw Harvey Weinstein on a you know, produced by, you don't know who the hell he is. You don't know what he looks like, but you see how much damage he was causing in people's lives. And the fact that it doesn't matter how famous you are, you don't get to simply get to do whatever you want with no consequences. And I really think it's important to just, even for men amongst themselves, to have these conversations. And I think it's happening a bit more, but it's important to just talk about what is your, you know, it doesn't matter how famous you are. And this has to be a thing discussed with footballers as well. Like, it doesn't matter how famous you are. You don't get to have sex with whoever you want or do whatever you want, and think that there's no consequences, or that you're owed anything or you deserve anything. So I think that's an important aspect. And I'm only mentioning that because it does feel like and not to show, you know, really any sympathy to Mason Greenwood, but it's maddening to me that he is just a kid, and how the fact that he got to this level at such a young age is absolutely insane to me. It's just it's gross, and it's clearly irresponsible, but it's even more kind of disappointing on top of a tragic thing that he allegedly, you know, did or whatever.
You want to know what's crazy to me? That if there wasn't the audio, people right now would be saying, well, how do we know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that is frustrating to say the least, but I'm glad that the situation is, at least now that it's out in the open, is being handled correctly.
Yeah.
So look, we didn't know. Obviously, this is a show where we're meant to try to be funny, and you know, it's a comedy show. I know most of you are like, wait a minute, since when? But no, that's been our goal, and this is nothing to joke about. So yeah, shouts to everyone in the chat. You know, you guys said all some really incredible things. And yeah, it seems like everyone's kind of got their heads in the right place when it comes to this.
Okay.
And that's nice to see.
All right, everybody. So thank you for joining us on another Prem show. Yeah, obviously ends on a more serious note, but we should maybe, you know what? Let's end on the trailer for our Everton film that will be coming out soon, the Cooligans Classico.
Yeah, the doc is coming out, baby.
Everton versus Arsenal. So some people have already seen it, but if you haven't seen it, you can watch it with us live right now. This is, you know, this will be coming soon. So everybody, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because that's where it will live. But we went to Goodison Park, and we made a little movie. This is the trailer for it. So watch it with us right now.
Wow. I feel like I just got 3 points.
Come on then, boys.
You must be kidding me.
Will I ever get to see Goodison Park?
Welcome back to Everton Live. I'm joined by the Cooligans, Christian and Alexa.
Then we got a chance to meet Molly.
Hey, you want to see my two
Honestly, the generosity and hospitality of the club was incredible.
I'm not going on a diet. It's cold as a motherfucker.
What is this?
I mean, this is a movie. This is ridiculous.
Boom.
I feel like I just.
I mean,
There it is.
the quality. By the way, huge shouts to Sam Ashton, the absolute homie. What a great job he's done. I mean, absolutely incredible.
Sam lives in London, and he came with us. He was a videographer, director. He did his thing. He absolutely crushed it. And when you guys see the final product, you're gonna absolutely love it. So that'll be out soon. I think if just to fill some people in, we did say we were told by Everton, they were like, "Yo, just put it out when we're winning, when things are good," and things never got good. So
Yeah. Well, that's on y'all. So
so it's up to Everton to help us drop this video. So let them know. Tweet at them. Don't tweet at us. But it will be available soon.
Put it in the chat if you want to see the whole thing.
Yeah,
So drop it.
Let
Do
us
something.
Let us know. But it was it's honestly, we're super proud of it, and the production value is incredible. It looks really good. Yeah, there's a bunch of great cameos. We got Molly McCann. She's a UFC fighter. She's from Liverpool, big Evertonian. We got Pepper Mills coming through. Legend, Pepper Mills. So, look, you're going to love it. We even went to an Everton women's match. There's footage from there. It's a really cool thing that we're, again, super excited for everybody to see. Yanni Mar said the trailer was fire. Seriously, even if you're an Everton fan, Arsenal fan, or not a fan of either, you will love it. I promise. So hit the subscribe button, and then when I ask for one favor, we both ask for one favor. If when you watch the film when it comes out, please send it to someone. Send it to one person.
Share it.
Please. Say like, "Yo, you gotta watch this," and I promise you, they will be grateful that you did. That's
HD Mikes has a critique, and we gotta talk to our buddy Sam. Wow. He said, "Nice trailer. Could have used a couple of air balls." Okay. You're right.
That's why. Look, you're right. Apologies, we didn't throw one in there. You get a second one just for fun, okay? The one Dylan, shout out to Dylan. He said, felt silly for joining Twitch on the last show, I assume last week, but glad to be here for the new era. Y'all rock. Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you.
Great comic, great writer.
Hilarious
comic. Follow him. Seriously, he's and he's an absolute beast on Twitter. He's one of those people that you've definitely seen your favorite celebrity retweet one of his tweets. He's one of those.
He goes viral at a crazy rate.
Yeah, for real. Okay, everybody. So thank you again for tuning in. This is a Prem Show on YouTube Live for the first time. We'll be back next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Come through youtube.com/soccer Cooligans, as always.
Hey, by the way, Enrique Alvarado just retweeted the trailer. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, feel free to do that as well. Retweet the trailer. It's on. It's our pinned tweet on Twitter. So feel free to do that. Okay.
So far, doing numbers too. So thank you, everybody.
Okay, and remember, follow us wherever you follow people. At Soccer Cooligans. On all the things. What is it? Instagram.
Look at the length of this thing. We are on everything.
Bruh, that's what she said. Am I right, folks?
Come on.
Follow us on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram. We're doing a bunch of fun stuff on there. So at Soccer Cooligans on all of those. So the goal, we're trying to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok. That's we've been getting some pretty good numbers on some of the stuff we've been doing, but help us get there. At Soccer Cooligans, right there on TikTok. Okay. Anything else before we go?
Nah, man. Thank you, everybody. The one Dylan put Doug blood.
That's right. You can't let them see it, dog. You can't.
Nah. That's just when they rub their hands like this. Right. You know? Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And shouts to people who are saying that, I think it was who said it? I think it was David who basically said, "Dear Malice, I'm glad you guys always take a moment to get serious and actually discuss these topics and not just acknowledge what happened." By the way, yeah, it's not our goal is to not have to talk about these serious things, but every once in a while something happens, and we want to make sure that we at least be a little bit of, or try to be the voice of reason sometimes, and let people know, okay, maybe this is a bit more serious and not something that's lighthearted. But thank you for riding along with us.
And it's also, we're normal people that get affected by news. So, right?
Somebody just said no teta. So I had to make sure we lighten it back.
Yeah, exactly. Again, when we sit in seriousness for too long, it gets like it burns. You want to do something silly. But no, we're normal people. It's honestly, I always say, it's difficult, in comedy, say you're doing stand-up and you're not addressing the thing that is, making everyone uncomfortable. It's just going to make everyone uncomfortable, and it's harder to laugh. So, we try to keep it real because it makes it more fun for everybody listening and watching as well. So,
Robert from LA said, can you guys share your thoughts on the passing of another comedian, Louis Anderson? Yeah, look, I wasn't the biggest Louis Anderson fan. I don't know a ton. Obviously, I remember Bobby's World. and I remember him from some of his movies. But from what I saw from some of the older generation of comedians, they love this dude, especially LA comics where he was based. So R.I.P. to that dude, man.
Yeah, he was also in. I think the first time I really remember seeing him was in. I think wasn't he a character in Married with Children? I think he was in Married with Children from time to time. I don't remember.
He might have been. You might be right. I could see him being like. I remember him being in sitcoms.
Yeah. But legend of the game. I saw an interview after he died, and he was talking. He kind of was having a conversation about stand up. This is what he was talking about. He was saying, like, a young comedian asked him, how do I get to where you are? And he had a great answer, basically saying, like, I can explain stuff to you, but what's more interesting and what's more exciting is the journey of how I got here, not where I am. Like, what being a comic is going through it, because once there's no getting to the top. There's no, like, you can't pass that along to anybody.
Right.
Even if you're a famous comic, even if you try to put somebody on, it doesn't really ever work like that, right? Like,
they still have to earn it.
They still have to earn it, and that's really what it is. And that was like,
they may get a little bit of a boost, but they're not going to be on your level.
There's something to comedy where, look, there's really only like 4 or 5 comedians that are allowed to be on the Mount Rushmore at a time. That's just how the world is for whatever reason. But what is significant about being a comic is the grind, the day in and day out, and that's what makes it special. Not being on the Mount Rushmore itself, because it really doesn't mean much. Like if you could be Kevin Hart tomorrow, do you want to be Kevin Hart? Like, is it really?
No.
It's not. It's like his job is so insane, and he's responsible for so much and probably so many people, and he has like a business, and
plus I'm so much taller. You know?
I would be a little shorter for a little bit, some success. That's fine. But yeah. So RIP to Louis Anderson. Obviously, it's still inspiring folks, even after his passing. All right, let's end the show today. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe. Tell a friend. We're doing it. So hopefully, again, keep rooting for Everton. If you want to see this documentary, everybody. All right, with that,
come on, they need one. We just need 3 points, baby.
Up the toffees, everybody. Say it with me. Thank you, everybody. My name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerrero.
And together, what are we?
The
Cooligans.
Let's go.
Yes. Boom. All right, everybody. How was that? New layout. Things look.
You know what I'm getting
different.
nervous at is, when am I going to be able to get this audio?
Once we're done, you can pull it from the video.
I thought you said it doesn't.
I recorded it locally.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm recording it now.
Oh.
This went long too. This was like an hour and a half.
Actually, yeah, good point. I got to write this down. 142.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Hopefully you're enjoying these YouTube shows. Hit that follow, but hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you haven't already. How many likes do we have? 20 likes. All right, not bad. By the way, I want to shout Enrique Alvarado. We have no idea what we're doing. We set up the super chat, just saying, like, I don't know if we're even going to use it. And you came in and you used it.
You will forever be the first super chatter, Enrique. So
beautiful. Enrique Alvarado. Raid Wooghurst. Walter Wenghorst.
David said you should add a backdrop to the comments to make them more legible. Only criticism. That is correct. I should do that, and I will do that.
I will tell you that
yeah.
If you look really closely between Christian and I, you can see Christian holding up a scarf. This is a photo from that we took from inside Goodison, from our trip of the trailer you saw. And we made this maybe 5 minutes before we came live.
Right.
So we will adjust this
You're right.
for sure.
This is... Yeah, is there a background? I think it's transparent. I mean, you can...
Oh, Joe Whitlock. homie. Yeah, we have been talking. What's up, dude?
I'm Word Jerk on Insta. Oh, okay, cool. Shout out, who I've been talking to, Manja Sandu. Manja Sandu's been hitting me up, and we've been talking.
Yo, he makes. I don't know if he's still on here. I don't know if he said goodbye. Manja Sandu, you could bet with the predictions he makes on a weekend. He sends me his predictions. He's more right than wrong.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Okay.
I would have made money. Now that gambling's legal in New York, I might just be trying this whole thing out. Manja Sandu, keep sending me them picks, my G.
All right, manjasandubets.com. Let's go.
All right. Manja Sam bet Jasandu.
Let's go. Okay. I'll figure out this thing with the background in a second. What would be the best color to? I don't know.
I think you just got to put a mostly like
a transparency or something, like a white
an opacity down of a white square.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out. All right.
We'll do that on our own time.
All right, guys. Seriously, very, very grateful. Thanks for everybody for hanging out. Thank you for all the new subscribers. A lot of people have been subscribing on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you have not. Tell people about the show. Anything else? Thursday, 7 p.m. Catch our show on Futbol Sports Network. We have a new episode with the man everybody loves to hate. Alexi Lawless will be joining us. It's his first time on the television show. We've had him on the podcast in the past. So he will be joining us Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be talking a lot of U.S. men's national team stuff, kind of figuring out what's going on. It's really all going to be dependent on what happens against Honduras in the 3-degree weather. That's going to be a fun one. So that'll be available. That'll be on Futbol Sports Network Thursday, 7 p.m. And then Friday, you can listen to the podcast of that conversation, which I promise you will want to hear.
Trust me. Just watch it. Forget what you think about him already. Hey, Joe Whitlock said, finally got my gulliest t-shirt too. Thanks, homies. No doubt. When the Cooligans dropping NFTs, bro?
It's a good question.
Here, just screen cap this right here, bro. That's the NFT.
I haven't purchased any NFTs. I'm into crypto, not too obsessively, but I got in early and I'm in a good spot. But the NFTs are the thing I'm a little concerned about throwing money in right now, but I have.
They don't feel real.
It's as real as people, it's as real as people kind of want it to be. That's sort of how it is. But I get it. The problem is that it feels like it's not providing any real. Joe like said NFTs. Okay.
Come on. That sounds better than a bored ape to me.
It just NFTs.
Bro, we should start NFTs.
It's just the NFTs feel like they really don't solve any problem. It's a service.
What are you talking about? You clearly have never tried to launder money. I mean, buddy.
Even still, so this is my sort of concern with it. It feels a little bit like a hot potato kind of situation where you're purchasing something that has this kind of inflated value, and it just feels scary. Like I'm gonna buy one and then I'm gonna be I own this image, and but it's like the only purpose of NFTs feels like it's to sell it. Like it's not like I hang it up on my wall and I show everybody, or a physical product or whatever. It just feels like the reason you buy it is to sell it. So that part of it feels a little. That's the part of it that feels a little strange. But if anybody knows, look,
it's owning art,
right? But it's and which is fine, but given the fact that it's not one unique physical piece that you just simply own, you can't do the same thing as if you physically owned it. You can physically put it somewhere, you can move it, stuff like that. There's practical uses from having a physical piece of art over a digital piece of art. But I'm not knocking it or disrespecting it. I just don't feel like it's as useful outside of the fact that you can sell it and pass it along to somebody else. That's all I'm saying.
But it's non-fungible, dude.
Fungible. David Morales said, I want to find out how to make an NFT just so I can make my profile pic on Twitter or Hexagon. So the way you can make an NFT is you have to mint an image or piece of media on the website that you use is OpenSea.io. You go there. You have to like link your Bitcoin or your crypto wallet, which you can use a Coinbase wallet. You can use something called MetaMask. There's a bunch of different options. But all you need to do is have your wallet, go to OpenSea, and if you have a piece of media, upload it to OpenSea, mint it, it puts it on the blockchain, and you can go and sell it for whatever you want. It's not difficult to get into the game. The challenge is how do you get people interested in your art or the media that you have? Why would they want it? And that's the business of NFTs. It's like creating interest. So that's why when Kevin Durant, you see Kevin Durant buying the NBA Top Shot of like a dunk or something that he did. That it's just like any art, right? Like you just have to create interest, and if people are interested, they're willing to pay for it, and that's how you get in the game. Bay Laguna said Professor Christian over here. Bravo Lay says sounds like you're knocking it. I'm just skeptical, and I'm not skeptical because I think it's completely useless. What's useful?
The one Dylan put. Okay with the Cryptogans. Bro, I'm wild confused right here. I'm zoned out.
This is
what he said. What he said, growingupc.io.
The useful part of an NFT is the smart contract part of it, meaning that you can own something digitally and everyone will know it's yours. That's the good part. But that's pretty much it. Everything,
but still, is the thing you own actually worth value?
But that's subjective, and that goes with literally anything, physical or digital. It's just the fact that this digital piece of art can be so easily reproduced that it feels like it's less valuable. But also, even if you were to redraw the Mona Lisa, you have to redraw the Mona Lisa, right? Or you had to reprint it. You have to do something. Right. It just feels like there's less work in even recreating that piece of art. But there's money in the game if you want to do it. It's a whole new economy, and there's people seriously making money on it. If you want to get into it, you're gonna have to do a lot of research and you're gonna have to take a lot of risks. But it could pay off. But obviously, no promises. Okay, this is I see this on other YouTube channels. Hey, just know I'm not giving you financial advice. I am not a professional, whatever.
Oh, yeah. This is on YouTube. Bro, neither one of us have a clue. First of all, Christian doesn't know what he's talking about, and I don't know what Christian's talking about. Bay Area Guna said between Jizz and Shamak, there's gold in this chat.
Okay.
100% should be a couple NFTs in this chat.
You gotta read between the jizz. All right. You'll find something good.
We've talked about this. There's codes. It's like people who read tea leaves. You got to read the jizz. You know?
Dave Morales said, I wonder if blockchains can be used by YouTube and other sites as a copyright measure to prevent people from re-uploading other people's content. That's a very good use of a blockchain. I mean, I would argue YouTube already does this with, they can scan videos and stuff like that. So preventing that, but that's what it's going to be used for. It's going to be, it's like ways to stop piracy. The one thing I really like about NFTs, and this is why I've been thinking about getting into it, is the fact that you can, almost like a football club does a sell-on fee, right? If you have a piece of art, you can say that you can receive royalties every time the person who purchases it, if they sell it again, that you'll receive 10% of that fee of whatever they sell it for. And
They're going to do a sell-on clause?
Yeah, and you can do this forever. So even if you have a piece of art that constantly keeps getting sold, the original creator will always get a piece of that, which I think is which is a thing that can't really be done with physical art. And that part of it, I think, is really, really cool. So it's really about this creator economy not being completely like taken advantage of. So that is one of those like good uses for it. But look, it's not an easy entry as a creator or even as a buyer. Like, you have to know all this other it's a lot of work understanding creating a crypto wallet, and I gotta go to this site and Ethereum, and there's different. It's a lot. It's really hard. So, best of luck to anybody who's getting into it. Nitro M said Christian giving the boop on NFTs.
Yep. That's what we've been doing,
okay,
right?
Alexis,
you go for the boop on NFTs.
Look, if it's pizza, that's Alexis's lane, and but this is my stuff.
Very good. Said that Alexis's edibles kick in too, bro. I have no clue what's happening, man. I'm preparing to edit the audio in this podcast.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. David Morales says, like actors or even extras getting checks from reruns of a show or a movie. That's right.
Residuals, baby.
Yeah,
Come
bro.
on now.
That's the game, dog. All right.
All right. We love y'all.
We love you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you next week. Y'all the absolute best.
If you take financial advice from two comedians who talk about soccer for a living, you deserve to be poor.
Gymnastics said, about to watch this Neymar thing on Netflix. Is it good? We haven't seen it yet. We did talk about it.
A lot of people are saying it's really good, though.
Okay, we'll check it out. Okay, watch Encanto as well, Jim. It's great. All right. Are we good?
Bye, guys.
All right, everybody. Take care. Have a good night.